From HMSTV in downtown Houston, Texas, tonight is tonight, which can only mean one thing. It's time for Down in H-Town with Jared Bartlett, Randy McCaleb, Nathan Robbins, and of course your host, Frank Caselli.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have a very special night lined up. It's a night we have all been waiting for, and many of you have been dreading. The night when Frank Caselli gets his own TV show. Alright, so moving right along. I've got a first-class, know-it-all expert who's going to tell you some stuff. And then we're going to relax a little and do a puzzle with Katie. And then Phil's going to talk your ear off with some Texas talk.
The origin of the term Bayou City actually comes from one of the many bayous that we have in the city, Buffalo Bayou. The origin of the name Buffalo Bayou is actually rather debated. It could either come from the buffalo fish residing on the river, but more likely it is related to early map origins indicate this creek as Cibolo Creek. Cibolo is actually a Native American term for buffalo.
And welcome to Texas Talk. We recently changed our name from the Houston Hawk after I got kicked out of last studio for spitting on the set. Well, today's episode is Texas, the greatest country in the United States of America. Anyone that's been to Texas or has met a Texan found out rather quickly and without asking exactly why Texas is better than the rest of the U.S. First of all, just look at a map. Not that Mercator projection BS. A proper map. Texas is the largest contiguous U.S. state. Ooh! And you thought Texas didn't know those fancy educated words. I'll tell you. Not only it's got a beach, desert, mountains, plains, deciduous and subtropical forests, swamps, and even snow. Not only that, but you can get all 4 seasons in a single day. What a deal! Now we've got bountiful natural resources, most importantly all, that black gold we like to call oil. In fact, the oil rush started right here in Texas at Spindletop. But right now, our U.S. politicians think it's better to buy that foreign oil crap just to appease some asshole countries. Fracking hell! We also pride ourselves on our independence and being a leader for the rest of the country. We are the Lone Star State after all. Man, we are so independent and have our own energy grid. We can sell our excess electricity to other states. And if you thought that all that sweet, sweet energy came from fossil fuels, think again. Texas is a leader in renewable energy with 6.4% coming from renewable energy sources. That's number 5 in the whole country. But if you want to find out more, just tune in next time with Texas Talk. If you don't like Texas, you can hear the same words Davy Crockett says to me every night before I go to sleep. I just look up into the heavens. He says, "You may all go to hell. I will go to Texas." See you next time, folks.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that guy is such an Aggie. But seriously, he's an Aggie. I do believe it's time for a commercial break, but when we get back, Randy is going to tell you his thoughts on the Houston Astros.
Oh, no! Wait, I have Genie Co. How's it go? Simplistic jingle, my genie appears. Sweet. Awesome! You have 3 claims left. Thanks, Genie Co.
Hi, I'm Randy, and this is Touchdown in H-Town, our weekly sports segment. And this week we are going to be talking about the Houston Astros' upcoming season, 2016 season. Last year, their season ended on kind of a down note. They lost in 5 games to Kansas City in the divisional round. I was actually at Game 4. Huge Game 4. Everybody was just going crazy. We were up 6-3, and then came the 8th inning. That horrible 8th inning. And we gave up 5 runs to the Royals, and it just got worse from there. We ended up losing in Game 5 in Kansas City, but after Game 4, pretty much everybody was let down. But this year, it's a new year. We have some new talent on the team. We got Tyler White, the first baseman. He's a big young prospect. And I'm predicting, despite a kind of a shaky start to the season so far, I think we're going to turn it around. We've got some players that are hurt right now that are going to be coming back very soon. I'm predicting, this is my prediction of a 95 and 67 season this year. If we could hit that, that would be pretty amazing. We definitely win the division, I think, in a runaway. But we're going to be talking about some of the players on the team this season, and we're going to start with Dallas Keuchel, of course, the reigning Cy Young Award winner. He's off to just an amazing start in his first 3 starts. I think he's 2-0 this year. ERA under 1 so far. He started off right where he left off. Hopefully we have another Cy Young season coming to us this year again. That would certainly be awesome. He's been carrying the load so far the first few weeks of the season, and hopefully he can keep it going. Next on the list is Carlos Correa, the young shortstop, the Alex Rodriguez. Everybody's comparing him to A-Rod. He's a big young kid, got a lot of power, hits for a good average, has really good range at shortstop. We expect really big things from him again this year. Obviously, he won the Rookie of the Year last year, but hopefully he can be in the MVP race this year. That would be pretty amazing. Next on the list is Jose Altuve, the little 5'6" Altuve. Has a 300 career lifetime batting average. He's Mr. Steady in the lineup, starting us off at the leadoff spot. Plays a very solid second base, Gold Glove candidate every year at second. He's pretty much the anchor in our lineup. He's been there one of the longest tenured Astros that we have. Jose Altuve, we expect big things from him again at second base. Next, we're going to talk about Ken Giles. We got Ken Giles from Philadelphia. He was their closer. He had a couple of amazing years. He's gotten off to a really shaky start. He's already given up 3 home runs, which is more than he's given up in the last 2 seasons combined. So I really think he's going to turn things around. He's going to right the ship, and he's going to be a good setup man for Luke Gregerson, who, of course, the solid Luke Gregerson is the closer again this year. He's got a great 12 to 6 curveball, throws in the upper 90s. You get him in the 9th inning with a 1-run lead, and it's pretty much shut it down. And we're going to talk about Tyler White, our exciting new first baseman. He's a 25-year-old rookie this year. He's gotten off to a blistering start. He's hitting over 400. He has 5 home runs. He's hit about 13, 14 RBIs so far this year in the first few games of the season. Started off amazingly. If he can even come anywhere near that for the rest of the season, I think we're going to have a really good 4 or 5 cleanup hitter or a 5-spot hitter in our lineup for years to come. Colby Rasmus, of course. Rasmus is solid as always in that cleanup spot. He's gotten off to another really good start this year. Hopefully we have a good 30 home run season from Colby Jack. And once we get Colin McHugh back, or no, not Colin McHugh, once we get Lance McCullers back, I think that along with McHugh and Dallas Keuchel in the starting rotation, once we get McCullers back, I think we're going to start riding the ship and hopefully work our way towards that 95 and 67 season and another trip to the playoffs, and hopefully this time a trip to the World Series in 2016 for the Houston Astros. All right, well, that was my prediction this year, and I'm Randy, and we are out.
Hey, are you tired of other companies only giving you crisp flakes or bunches with your cereals? Well, now try Corno's. Buy new brand. Corno's has all the goodness of your normal corn cereal without breaking it down into other substances. It's only corn goodness. Look at that golden corn, make you smile. Corno's is proud to say that it has no additives, HMOs, or anything else. It's just corn.
Product placement is so overdone. Like it's that easy to make somebody buy something just because they saw it on TV. Really. Next up, we have a very personal friend of mine, Jared Bartlett. And just because we have a TV show now doesn't mean we're changing a single thing. Now we've just got an audience, I think.
Alright, welcome to the first episode of Who's Going Down. It's a show where we take 2 characters from any medium and pit them against each other, try to figure out who's going to win. My name is Jared Bartlett.
And of course you know me, I'm Frank Caselli. And I'm here to speak of conflict to him. No matter whatever he chooses, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to be...
No matter how convincing my side is, and we know I'm right and he's wrong, he's still going to try.
By try you mean win by a landslide. And of course. All right, so how do we do this?
We'll go ahead, you go ahead and pick your side first and I'll come up with a counter.
So I'm picking, okay, all right, so let's see. I'm going to really start things off right. I know that I'm going to have to go with Chuck Norris.
No!
What?
No! We said that, we talked about this beforehand. We're not doing Chuck Norris.
Okay, well, in that case, I choose Chuck Norris.
Fine. I pick Chuck Norris.
You can't pick Chuck Norris. I pick Chuck Norris.
You're saying Chuck Norris can't fight himself? He'd win.
You know what? I do believe if Chuck Norris fought Chuck Norris, I think Chuck Norris would win. Yeah,
okay.
So Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Well, that was a very first. All right, Batman.
All right, Batman. I'm going to go ahead and say the Battle of the Billionaires and go with Tony Stark.
Ooh. You know what? That's a great one. Mainly because everybody just saw Batman v Superman. I'm not even going to go into thoughts on that. Visually, it was really... I'm not going there. It was excellent visually. I have my own opinions otherwise. But it's also really good because Civil War just happened. So, I mean, Batman, Iron Man. This seems good.
Right.
Billionaires, both. You know, it's kind of the same type of character in different worlds, but...
Both a genius in their own right.
I mean, except for, you know, my parents were murdered. I mean, I'm definitely not Batman. But if by choosing Batman... Anyways, Batman's parents murdered in front of his eyes, and being a billionaire and getting it all at an early age, and no one around him except Alfred versus Tony Stark. Like...
Just because his dad was maybe just as smart, if not smarter, just limited by his times. Tony Stark would still be Tony Stark.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that they're basically very similar characters, just different events in their lives made them different people in the end.
Right.
And they're in two different universes, and the universes don't work like each other. I mean, they don't.
Different moral codes.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, Batman has the whole doesn't kill thing. But I mean, I honestly think that I chose Batman because Batman can take whatever's coming to him. Like, he is strategist. He is, as long as he might get beat up pretty roughly at first, but he'll always come back with like, I got you beat before this game even started type of vibe.
And see, Tony Stark's more of the, I'm going to figure you out during the fight and then outthink you.
Yeah.
Because he's got all sorts of bells and whistles hidden in over 53 different suits.
53 suits.
53, give or take.
I mean, Batman probably only has like 4 active suits at a time, but I'm pretty sure between them and his bat plane, his Batmobile, anything he can cook up with his company's research and R&D department,
right.
Lucius Fox and stuff like that. I'm sure that Batman, I mean, he would have to work Iron Man out of his suit at either one point, but like, I mean, granted, even if he did, I will give Iron Man.
I mean, he's pretty prepped if you catch him out of his suit.
Yeah, and I mean, Tony Stark wouldn't have a chance outside of the suit in a martial arts contest without Tony being able to get back to another suit.
Well, he's pretty decent in hand-to-hand combat, but he's actually can't get caught outside of the suit. He's actually got a suit, nanobots in the hollow part of his bones that he can control with his mind and call up on at any second. The suit is inside his body.
Yeah, well, you know what Batman say? I'm Batman! That's what would happen. He would just say, I'm Batman! And
That
then,
can't
and then
be.
plot armor. Okay, all right. So
The plot belt, of course, the plot belt.
I do
Right.
think that's about
It's
time. All
probably
right,
time. Good fight. Good fight. Well,
true story.
let us know what you think.
You should definitely comment on our YouTube page and or our website. Just think who you would actually who you say would win in this fight.
And we'll take that into consideration when we tell them that Iron Man won.
Or we go, I won because I'm Batman. So, like I said, if you want, leave a comment. Let us know any ideas that you'd like to see on a matchup, and we will.
See you next week on Who's Going Down.
Do you enjoy the good, wholesome taste of Cornos, but wish it were a little bit sweeter? Well, now there's new brand, Sugar Blasted Cornos, with sugar blasted goodness in every bite. Simply apply your own measurement of sugar in every box to your own bowl, and now you're enjoying Sugar Blasted Cornos. Some assembly may be required.
All right, we've argued and told you all about that stuff. We talked about Texas, and we even got a puzzle started. But now it's time to step into the realm of the weird and crazy. Oh, look, Doug Delirium's up next.
Frank, wake up,
Oh,
wake up,
shit.
wake up,
No.
wake up. Come on, we need to go.
Nathan, what's going on?
We need to go back
Dude.
to the past.
Oh,
All right, are you ready?
ready for what? Like,
Ready to go.
you just woke me up and where are we now?
In the time couch.
Time couch. When did we get a time couch?
When I sold the time chairs. Let's go! Okay, now, are you ready to save the government? We need to make sure that the presidential candidate is elected who will run a fair government for all Tyrannosaurus Rexes and Brontosauruses.
What? What? Where the... Dude, where did you take us?
back to the dinosaur presidential elections, of course. They have the T-Rex running, the Brontosaurus running, and of course Bernie Sanders. Now we need to make sure that our man, the Brontosaurus, wins. Now fortunately,
Gotta back that Brontosaurus.
fortunately, if both of us vote, I think we should be able to pull it off because most dinosaurs don't have thumbs and can't actually write in their votes.
Dinosaur elections?
Yeah, they're important for the future. Let's go.
Okay, alright, so what do we do?
Well, did you bring your, dinosaur ID
I didn't bring
badge?
anything! You woke me up and we...
I told you last night to print out dinosaur ID badges. Weren't you listening?
Yeah, but I thought you were joking.
I never joke about dinosaur elections, Frank.
Alright, so we won't... I'm sure we can get them somewhere around here. I don't know this place. You lead the way. You're the expert.
All right, you stay put. I'm going to go and try and talk to that velociraptor.
I'm not sure that's a very good idea.
Mr. Velociraptor. Oh God! He is not a friendly part of the election process. I'm afraid the past and the present can go screw themselves. We are getting out of here.
Where will this time couch surfing duo go? To when will they go? Find out next time on Frank and Nathan's Awesome Adventures!
Are you serious? They can't leave us like that. Guess I'll have to just wait till next week to find out what happens. But you don't have to wait to find out what that puzzle was Katie started. And our expert Zane is going to tell us some more stuff about stuff. And then Nathan's going to get you ready for bed. And he's going to tell you a little story.
Running through what we now call Harris County, 103 square miles of watershed is the central drainage through Buffalo Bayou that affects the entire county and the greater metropolis area. So much so that major streets were named after it, such as Allen Parkway used to be called Buffalo Drive, and Shepherd's Drive used to be Shepherd's Dam Road, etc., so forth, other things.
Good evening, and welcome to Storytime with Nathan. Tonight, we take a journey in Hugo winner, New York Times best-selling author, Nebula winner, Orson Scott Card, Ender's Game, Author's Definitive Edition. A story about an author afraid that his book is not getting enough recognition. Let us learn more. Graph. The sister is our weak link. He really loves her. I know. She can undo it all from the start. He won't want to leave her. So what are you going to do? Persuade him that he wants to come with us more than he wants to stay with her? How will you do that? I'll lie to him, and if that doesn't work, then I'll tell the truth. We're allowed to do that in emergencies. We can't plan for everything, you know. In this story, the author starts out by letting us know that his characters don't actually know what they're doing and are just playing it off the cuff, much as the author himself is doing and is hoping that you won't notice. Let's read further. You say me, Ali asked. I, the sweetest friend you got. Ender laughed. I'll set up a system for you. Now, can I finish eating? You never finish eating. It was true. Ender's tray always had food on it after a meal. Ender looked at the plate and decided he was through. Let's go then. As we can tell, the author suffered severe anorexia while writing this piece and felt that it should be reflected in his character, thus to better let the world know the author's state of mind. Let's read further. Dragon. Now, I suppose so. It has to be in order, Colonel Graff. Armies don't move because a commander says. I suppose it's time to attack. I'm not a commander. I'm a teacher of little children. Colonel, sir, I admit I was on you. I admit I was a pain in the ass. But it worked. Everything worked, just like you wanted it to. The last few weeks, Ender's even been happy, content. He's doing well. His mind is keen. His play is excellent. Young as he is, we've never had a boy better prepared for command. Usually they go at 11, but 9.5, he's top flight. In this story, the author is reflecting himself on Ender. He believes that he is destined to become the overlord of the world and will command its armies. He's hoping to brainwash you into electing him as future dictator. Let's learn if he exceeds in the conclusion. Ender spoke the stories of the dead, and always Ender carried with him a dry white cocoon, looking for the world where the hive queen could awaken and thrive in peace. He looked a long time. The author did not conquer the world. You were living in it, and he's not ruling you. Thank you for listening to Storytime with Nathan. Good night.
That was beautiful, Nathan. Now I feel like I don't even need to read the book. I've got one more special guest tonight, but before I let you go, I just want to say thank you again for joining us as we plant this seed of knowledge, imagination, and some other really weird stuff. But I'm going to pass it off now to a very talented man who's going to lift us all up, Mr. Jonathan Edmondson. And this is Frank Caselli saying, peace up, and we are down in H-Town.
Falling in love with Jesus. I'm falling in love with Jesus. I'm falling in